He's a five-time Pro Bowl offensive tackle and part of the Super Bowl winning team, fourth overall pick by the Eagles back in 2013. And he's a finalist for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. Let's say hello to Lane Johnson of the Eagles here.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You know, sometimes you see somebody and you go, I wonder what that guy does for a living. I don't wonder about that when I look at you.
You don't second guess?
Now, were you ever a bouncer?
I never was, thank God.
Okay. But could you take all of us?
Depends on what day. Maybe on a good
Like
good
right
Sunday.
now, if we all stood up.
Yeah, I mean, we could try.
All right, who wants you? Could you?
It's a hypothetical.
Hey. Yeah, you're leaving that inside open. You got to get lower.
Okay, once again, it's called the get-off.
Yeah.
Right? Explain to the audience what the get-off is. We're fascinated by this more than anything.
Okay, so the get-off, you have the quarterback who's about 8 yards, and the defensive end and the tackle are getting off the ball to see who can, I'm trying to prevent him from sacking the quarterback. So to the audience, it's like a 100-meter dash. The sprinter has to master the first, 10, 20 yards. So for me, getting that timing down allows me to get in a good position to block the end. So a lot of times the DN likes when the tackle turns his shoulders to the sideline. That makes him more susceptible to getting beat inside.
Okay, so do you look at the ball, or are you listening for what Jalen Hurts says?
So for at home, and we have a cadence, listen to the cadence. And if we're on the road, we usually have a signal by the center or by the guard that allows me the time. So usually it's a tap of the center. I know a certain time.
How many illegal motion penalties have you had? False starts.
So what's crazy, I feel like I had a lot more earlier in my career, and then now the attention's on me, I've had a lot less. Like going into the season, I just remember seeing articles, just me, false start, and I said, it's going to be an interesting year, but I don't know if I had one, maybe one.
But I'm watching, and it certainly seems like you're getting off before anybody else does.
Yeah, I think.
Is it cheating,
Yeah,
Lane?
so no, there's certainly times where I'm early and I should get called, but when you look at how it's broke down, so as soon as Kelce flicks his wrist, that's technically what I'm going on. So a lot of times in these still shots, it shows me with my leg up, and Kelce's already cocked to snap the ball. It's just not showing it in the picture frame.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been called early, and I've got my fair share of penalties.
Okay, but have you changed offensive tackles?
No, so what's funny is when I came in, I was always late. So my college film, my coach always said, you're late off the ball, what's going on? And then I played next to Jason Peters, and so I felt like he was just passing it down to me, and he got it from Walter Jones. Trent Williams is great at it. So a lot of the tackles that are really good in this league, that's part of the game.
How did you guys react when Jason Kelce was named one of the sexiest men of the year?
I think we knew it a lot earlier on when we did the ESPN shoot. The body issue. So now I think just the audience is starting to see what we've known all along.
So you thought he was sexy, is what you're saying?
Yeah, he had his moments.
That's weird.
He had his moments.
That's awkward, but okay. Is he coming back? Are you planning on him coming back?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would like for him to come back, as a player, but I feel like he would be a great coach as well. But also he has a lot of stuff going for him off the field, so. He has his options, but, yeah, I would love to see him back.
Okay. Does your family ask you to ask him questions about Taylor Swift?
Sometimes, but
Do you
a lot of times
ask,
I just avoid it. Yeah,
Have you asked a question about Taylor Swift?
No, not really, because, I've sat by him for the last 10 years, in meetings, so it's like I already know.
No concert tickets? You don't ask for a hookup?
Not yet. It's just, it's the wrong time of the year. We're still playing. We just now had some recent time off, so maybe this summer or spring we're looking for some T-Swift tickets.
How tough is it to watch the Super Bowl?
It's tough, but, when you look at, how we handled the second half of the season, obviously wasn't what we expected, but I feel like looking back, you got to cherish the moment. It is a big moment getting to the playoffs, and so next time around, hopefully it's a lot different.
Okay, explain to me what happened the last 6-8 weeks of the season.
Yeah, I feel like as film piles up, and I feel like really after the 49ers game where it's kind of them dismantling us, I felt like teams kind of piggybacked off that. So I don't know if it was something we were doing with our scheme wise, maybe the teams were on to what we were running, but it was a lot more difficult than what it needed to be because you've seen what the offense has been, and then you see that stretch, and it's what's going on.
Yeah, because you go to the Super Bowl last year,
Yeah.
could have easily won the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the expectation, I mean, here are the Chiefs, they're back, and then you guys aren't even a playoff team.
Yeah. That's the great thing about the NFL. I mean, teams, you think should be beatable, aren't. I mean, it's just like you look at the second half of our season. Games we should have won, close games, we end up losing the last 6 or 7. So it is what it is. But, when we reflect, a lot of changes are going on in Philly right now. So I'm excited about that. And I feel, with the nucleus that we do have, I feel like we have a good chance of getting back to where we need to be.
Where are all the great offensive linemen coming from? It feels like there's a drought in college because of how you play in college is not how you play in the pros.
Man, that's tough. I like to say Texas is usually pretty good.
Oh, that's tough for you to say that Texas is good.
Tough.
Coming from
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
I think of Trent. I think of Jason Peters. But you look at the South, the Midwest. Like that's generally a good answer. But when you're looking at tackles, I mean, I feel like the speed of the game has changed so much. So you're seeing the best athlete on the edge, the Myles Garretts of the world.
What's that like?
Oh man, it's like you're in the enclosure with a jaguar and
a big jaguar.
A jaguar, and the quarterback's the meat pile, and you gotta. All right, just keep him away.
Yeah. Have you ever apologized to Jason after he got sacked?
No, not really. I mean, it's usually doesn't happen very much, but usually I think a good one happened early in training camp. I was like, hey, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen too much more. So.
Oh, okay. Because I always wonder when your guy sacks the quarterback and then you go over to help him up, and then he's looking up at you, and you're the reason why I'm down here because you let your man beat
Thanks,
me.
buddy. Yeah, it's like Keanu Reeves in The Replacements. What are you doing? Come on, help me out.
But also, you have to decide: do I get called for holding or do I allow a sack?
Yeah, I think the holding definitely. Yeah. I'd say hold any time.
Can I call holding on every play?
You could.
Okay.
Yeah, but once the defender gets outside the framework of the tackle and outside that and your arms get extended, then that's usually when they call it.
Yeah, I was wondering about that when we were thinking about if we came up with mittens.
Well, they used to block like this back in the day. Maybe we should just go back to that.
Well, no, but if I gave you mittens, then it's no fingers, but mittens.
Like oven mitts?
Mitts? Yes, and the defensive player has to have oven mitts as well.
I think we should go to Nike and get a glove designed.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Yeah, wheels turning.
We're going to make millions of dollars, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Who's the guy that you can you look across the line and you go, uh-oh?
Anytime I had to block Vaughn, Micah's one of those guys, Max Crosby, really any of those guys. I don't know if you've seen Daniil Hunter walk around the field, but you're going, oh, hey, what planet is this guy from? So I'm like, whoa, I need some more baby oil on my arms next time I come out.
Okay.
So, you see some guys like that, Khalil Mack the same way, you're going, whoa, where are they coming from?
Do you put baby oil on your arms?
I used to, but now it's just, no, not really.
Okay. But is that an illegal substance?
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like in the cold, I don't know.
Is it gamesmanship?
Yeah. When it's warm, definitely. You have the sweat going with it. It's definitely hard to grab. But guys like to do it. It's like wrestlers before they come out. They're trying to look yoked up. They're trying to flex up.
One of 32 nominees for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, presented by Nationwide. So Nationwide's done a wonderful job donating more than $2.3 million to community and philanthropic causes. Your reaction when you found out you were nominated?
Yeah, so I was genuinely surprised. So obviously they got the video in the room, but when I'm in the room, it's mostly Stout talking, and he's very high detailed, and you can't miss something because he'll pop quiz, and then he just starts going on into this, and I'm like taken back, and then Kelce gets up, and usually when Kelce speaks, he gets emotional. I mean, it's just any pregame speech, I mean he pours his heart into it, and so I knew how much it meant to the guys around me. I knew how much it meant to Chris Long when he was here with the Eagles, and Nationwide's been sponsoring this for the past 10 years, and I just think the nominees and the people that have been a part of this are phenomenal and do a lot of good. Commit to changing their communities and really helping out.
But you also did a wonderful thing where you talked about mental health.
Yeah.
And, big tough guys and football players, and you guys, don't talk about these things. But where did the courage to come forward come from?
Yeah, so I was dealing with a terrible ankle injury. I was contemplating retirement, and so I was, trying to play through that, and had a lot of different emotions going through my head. And so I took those 3 games, and whenever I came back, instead of making up some story, I felt like to genuinely express what I was going through, do more help than harm. And so, through that, I've committed to Couth, which helps high school kids for mental health causes. And just really, I feel like the dialogue in my generation has been a lot greater than maybe when I came into the league. And so I've seen a lot of guys get help, even guys after games I'm talking to, or they message me on Instagram. And so, there's a lot of guys that are playing at a very high level that are dealing with lots of stuff. But, I think just the communication and guys being transparent has been incredible.
Yeah, I think people don't realize, or players don't realize, or, people in general don't realize there's other people, how many people are suffering from this, and they're looking for somebody to be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
So then they can talk about it. Then that leads to other people. Max Crosby came on the show a couple of years ago. He talked about, alcoholism. And we had a woman who was in the audience a couple of days ago, and she said, he changed my life, probably saved my life because she stopped drinking, listening to Max Crosby talk about that. So you have a platform, use the platform. It's a powerful voice, and, it resonates with somebody somewhere at some point in their life.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the main thing is to bring education to everything so people know what the symptoms are, know what the feelings are, and really become educated on what it is and how to handle it. But, yeah, when you get stories of athletes, like mine was Tyson Fury or Michael Phelps, when you hear stories like that and the caliber of athletes, who's, sometimes athletes think they can achieve their way out of things.
Oh,
and that's kind of the,
Depression's undefeated. I mean, it'll get you and hold on to you there.
Yeah, but it's something you constantly have to be in the present, and you have to focus on being in the present. We're in a distracted world, and so you have to train it.
And you're trying to cheat when you're playing because you're putting baby oil on.
And jumping off the ball.
Jumping off sides.
A lot of stuff going on.
Okay, now the get off, I want you to judge my guys. So they're going to get up here. And if you're watching on Peacock, you'll be able to see it. So this is Paulie, who is he's fascinated by the get off.
The call, like Jalen Hurts' call.
Oh, so you're going to do the set hut?
How's my setup?
Yeah, so you want to get lower. So you want to take your elbows on your knees.
Yeah, I don't think physically you can.
Yeah, bend over more. There you go.
Okay.
And then next thing you're thinking of kicking your right foot like you're kicking through a wall.
Like that.
Yeah, shuffle a little bit, but think of a big kick and then shuffle.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Down. Sit hot.
I want one more.
Kind of like a crab going across the beach.
Micah's not getting by.
Coaches like the quick feet.
All right,
Micah Parsons wants nothing to do with you.
I want one more. I'm going to do his get off. Ready?
Okay, here we go.
Down, sit hot. There you go.
A little early.
Yeah, a little early. Yeah. Flag on you.
Fritzy, do you want to give this a shot? Now, he suffered a devastating injury yesterday. That he has a slight.
So whatever you
cut.
can do. So my kick, I think of that first. I'm getting that right leg back behind me like I'm kicking through a wall. Sit hot. Here we go.
Oh, too late.
Down.
I thought it was on 2. You said it was on 2.
It's not on 2.
It's not on 2.
I'm going to say down. Sit hot. I'm going to say down, then sit hot. Down. Sit hot.
Whoa.
You don't want to mess with that, do you?
So that's kind of the old school.
Okay, here we go. All right, here we
What I'm
go.
trying to show me is I'm kicking like this.
Oh, okay.
Old school guy. So Willie Anderson showed me this foot back first, and he says your center of gravity is better than.
How about
Right
Paulie?
here.
Paulie, I need you to
Okay.
be the edge rush. Stay up here, Lane.
Okay.
Paulie's going to rush you. And do whatever you need to do. If you need to smack him, then you smack him. Okay, here we go.
You want some of this?
Paulie
Would you like
is-
some
I'm
of
not
this?
sure where he's going. You got a lot of
That's
inside
my
space.
goal. That's my.
Miles Garrett. Sit. Hut. Wait. I think you're holding, Lane. I think you were holding.
So
I feel pretty good. That's the pressure, I think.
that is.
Yeah.
So I had bad
Jesus
hands,
Christ.
and your hands are right here, so I'm right here, and I'm trying to replace.
Do you want another shot?
I didn't get there in time.
Oh, you want another shot? With
I
him?
don't know. I'm kind of.
You can go full speed.
Okay. Redemption.
Okay. Down, set it! Man, you almost got the quarterback, Paul.
That's a jump set.
Yeah.
Thumb went into my chest.
Yeah, I know. I like it. I like it.
He's pretty wiry. Hey, don't let him fool you. I got to feel his hands.
Not many edge rushers weigh 175 pounds, so you did a great job. Congrats again on being nominated, one of the 32 nominees for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. He's Lane Johnson, everybody. Thank you, Lane. Appreciate your time. We'll take a break. We're back after this with our Play of the Day, Dan Patrick Show.